That doesn't sound very ominous, does it? Well, I guess neither does Christine. I suppose it's all in how you say it. Like, Christine. See? Let's try it. The Car. Is that better? Yes, it is. The Car, which was released in theaters May 13th, 1977, and everyone in the world hated it. Yeah, this movie was pretty much universally despised when it came out. Critics ripped it limb from limb, or rather, wheel from wheel. You see, it's a car. You get it? Never mind. And audiences absolutely salivated at the fact that they could hate this movie so much. And that is mainly because of the awful dialogue that was so bad that producers actually recut the film to make it less detestable, which apparently didn't work very well. But, you know, if you go see a movie called The Car, you don't really expect dialogue. But dialogue, as awful as it was, is what we got. And the acting is rather bad, and the characters are not very lovable or relatable, and it makes you root for the car. But then again, maybe that was the point. I don't know. The Car is about, and you may have already guessed, an evil car. Yeah, it's not a car that's been possessed by evil or a car that's been influenced by the radiation storm due to a comet. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that one. No, this is a car comprised of concentrated evil. Yes, a physical phantasm of pure demonry. And man, what a slick-looking vehicle. Which you might ask yourself, gee, where can I get one of those? Well, you can't. Yep, sorry. The vehicle that was used in the car was a purely customized job. Yes, it was a customized 1971 Lincoln Continental Mark III. And actually, there were 4 of these vehicles made for the film. 3 were used for stunts and 1 for close-ups. The 3 stunt cars were destroyed in production, and the close-up car is now living comfortably in a private collection. So who exactly designed such a slick-looking vehicle? Well, it was Hollywood car customizer, the late George Barris. Though you may not know who he is, you certainly know his work, which includes the Munster coach from the Munsters and Kit from Knight Rider. And though he didn't design it, his company did build the 1966 Batmobile. But in my opinion, this Lincoln Continental of Death is his finest work. It's a pity that people tend to forget about this movie nowadays, and it's even more of a pity that this movie is so terrible. What a great car, though, and it does add a bit of realism to such a ridiculous movie because this car does not have door handles, which makes perfect sense to me because why would a car made out of pure evil have door handles? There's no reason to have them. It's an evil car. It's not going to let anybody ride in it. Now, you might be saying, but Captain Adam, what about Christine? She was an evil car, and she had door handles. Duh! Well, Christine was a manufactured car that happened to get possessed by evil and maniacal spirits. The car was not manufactured. It is a manifest of pure evil. I mean, none of it really makes any sense, and I think we're all asking too many questions. So, would the car have immortality on VHS? Well, it would, but not until 1999, which I find extremely odd because if you look at the time frame, this movie almost did not get a VHS. 1999 is only 7 years prior to the demise of VHS. I mean, geez, it seems like people hated this movie so much that they weren't even going to bother putting it on VHS. But they did, and this one and only VHS release is a 1999 Anchor Bay Entertainment distribution. Well, I should say one of 2 1999 Anchor Bay Entertainment distributions, because they also did a special collector's edition widescreen version of the film that came in this Nito Torpedo clamshell. Now, making a widescreen version of a film that most people regard as terrible seems a little pointless to me, but they did it. Now, in all my research, I was only able to find these 2 1999 distributions. If you know of any earlier distributions, let me know in the comments below, because these were the only ones I was able to find, which leads me to believe there are no other distributions. So, since this only had one distribution, is it worth a lot of money today? Well, if it is worth a lot of money, the current market certainly does not reflect that. So I have no choice but to say it's not worth shit. Yeah, $7 seems to be the average, even for the collector's edition. And collector's editions, to me, is sort of a joke, because companies will do this sort of thing knowing full well that fans of whatever franchise will buy it. And these said fans will do so thinking that they're buying something unique and special and therefore valuable. But in reality, companies made tons of these, knowing that people would buy tons of these. So therefore, there are tons of these. And it's not really rare or unique or special when every other person has one of whatever this collector's edition is of. So, ironically, if you wanted to make something worthless, slap collector's edition on it. But you know, I really couldn't tell you how many people bought the quote-unquote collector's edition VHS of The Car, because it doesn't seem like many people did. However, if you wanted to buy one for yourself today, it will cost you around $7.
Watch the full episode here, as well as other classic Cat Nanos VHS pirate ship adventures, and please hit subscribe.